To the podcast, Pavan. From building companies to shaping AI strategies, Pavan Chalamalasetti is not just an entrepreneur, he's an architect of impact.
Kirtana, it's a pleasure to be on your show. I know it's getting more and more famous, so I want to be in the famous show.
Thank you so much for the kind words. You're a founder of multiple companies.
Yeah.
What made you start this entrepreneur journey?
It goes all the way back to 2005, 2007, that time. So I somehow always find it interesting getting into the business, or when I listen to these entrepreneurs or the business owners.
Mm-hmm.
I always get this motivation, like, they're solving some problems. They're not just working on maintaining something, but rather if you look at every entrepreneur, they have some abilities which they're taking some problems the world is facing.
Correct.
And they're solving it. It could be anything, like it could be employment, it could be providing employment to the people, or you could be helping the youngsters, or business problems to multiple clients and all. Whatever it is, like I worked across multiple verticals.
Mm-hmm.
There is always a requirement, there is a gap, we are trying to fill the gap, or there is a problem, you're trying to solve a problem. I think that gives the more satisfaction, actually. So Every time I try solving a problem or filling a gap, then I see there is another potential, and then I jump into another one. So that's how it was, I was doing it basically.
Great. Who is your inspiration?
At least for the last couple of decades, if I keep somebody as like somebody to model, Ratan Tata has been always my model.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's not just about like earning a massive amount and then reaching some mountain peak positions, rather distributing it to a larger group or larger
Absolutely.
audience. I think he's been a massive inspiration in my entrepreneurial journey. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Can you share one success story that you're proud of?
It all depends, actually. So because if I take multiple businesses, or probably on the IT side, so there are many stories that we have solved, or the many problems that we solved for the clients. So we saved so much money to the clients and gave a lot of good returns on their investments, and also solve some of the problems. Like think about my experience during the Ministry of Justice in UK. It's a ministry. It's basically a a law ministry in India, if you think of it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we had some problems. So I can't disclose it here, but I didn't expect that actually there were problems like that at such an organization. But again, there were some basic problems or some other problems that when I solved it, and I feel like, yes, this is a mark that we are leaving behind, and so stuff like that. So there are few I cannot disclose because of the security and other stuff, but there are other things as well. Like overall, it's not like a one big shot, I would say. It's not like, oh, this is one big thing I've done and that's it, I'm not going to do anything else. It's like every day is a small achievement. I'm someone who believes in this 1% improvement concept. I'm like, every day you just try improving a bit rather than one big success, like a big bang theory.
Very good. Very well said. In terms of, solving day-to-day problems and then successfully leading and impacting multiple lives is what you admire and be proud of, I will be. Great. So being an AI expert and then looking towards the trend these days, AI is replacing a lot of jobs. What is your purview on that?
Yeah, interesting question. Thanks for asking. What we need to understand is AI is basically an accelerator. It's just an add-on to existing human ability.
Correct.
But the way how it was projected or it was inflated is at a different level.
You're right.
So some of you might be familiar with the Gartner hype cycle. So if you look at the Gartner hype cycle as well, like, we are now at the peak of the AI hype.
Yes.
And the way how the AGI is possible in 6 months. So since 2022, we've been hearing, another 6 months for AGI, and we are nowhere near.
Yes.
Okay, of course.
We are hearing, but not exactly.
There is a good, progress that is happening, but, it's not there yet. And I still think it's still going to take some more time. But meanwhile, be it the investors, be it the founders, because everybody wants to jump onto the bandwagon of AI. it's kind of created insecurity in the communities, in the societies, especially across the employees. People like, oh, are we going to get replaced? But in reality, AI is an accelerator. There are some business functions AI is actually impacting. Say, for example, the marketing business function, sales business function, operations, some of it into product development. So these are some areas where AI is actually having an impact, like writing some code or writing crafting messages or sending some emails or whatever. Like there are some areas where it is basically helping humans to do things much faster.
Okay.
But I'm someone who do not believe that it's going to replace completely, and we're not going to have any new workforce, or we're going to terminate all the employees and let the AI do it. I don't think that's going to happen anytime now or anytime later as well. So we still have requirement for human. We are still going to have a lot of demand. So every time when there is a new technology, it also opens up a lot of new opportunities.
Absolutely right. So in other words, a few days before, what was not possible, today it is possible with AI, because the level of knowledge that we can get using AI and then reuse it for our day-to-day work is actually increasing, which gives us more work to do and which leads for more workforce to be available with us as well.
Exactly.
So very, very well put. Moving on, you have been using AI agents, not just for solving small problems, but also for the majority of problem solving in your day-to-day life. So how was your experience using AI agents?
Yeah, it depends from use case to use case and some of these clients as well. So far it's been so good. I see that there is still a lot of scope on the AI agents front where we can actually do a better collaboration. I see that every time there is a new model released or a new progress on this side. So I think there is still some opportunities for us to expand on the agentic AI side as well. But that is definitely a big milestone. The agentic AI being it's a breakthrough in the AI world, and we are heavily using it for a lot of our clients, as I said before. So we use them mostly into their multiple business functions, be it like marketing or sales and a lot of other business functions. So definitely I see the usage is going to go high.
Okay.
Which is a good thing. But on the other side, I think the models are going to get cheaper, and it's better if everybody can train their own models with their own database. That's going to be even cost effective as well. So cost is something that I feel like there's still a huge potential for us to save for the agentic part or agentic AI part, but otherwise, yeah, it's all good.
Great. I know you work with a lot of young minds, right? So now to assist them with one major problem that they're suffering these days, is grades important for them, or do you feel that skills are important for them, or do you feel networking is important for them? What do you think between these three is something that a college grad should concentrate more on?
Interesting. I don't want to be that someone who picks up an edge case scenario. So sometimes when I watch some YouTube videos, I feel like they pick up one edge case and say like, yeah, degree is not important.
Right, absolutely.
Not important. And I feel it's having a bigger negative impact on the students at a larger scale.
Correct.
Rather than trying to give a solution to the larger audience, right? So if you look at it, like 80% of the engineering grads, do the grades not important? They're to some extent important. I'm not saying like maybe they're not as important as they were before, but still companies, they still are looking for some grades. Great. So I would not say things like, oh, it's not required, the grades are not something, it's only the pure skills. Unfortunately, at least in India, what I say is we're still not there. The companies, when they come for hiring, they still say, oh, we are looking for at least a certain percentage.
Above average.
Above average, 7.5, 7.2, 6.5. And sometimes I wonder, they even ask for, a consistent 7% from 10th class.
Got it.
Like 10th, intermediate, graduation, everything. So I would not be so rebellious to say that grades are not important. Grades are important to some extent, but you don't have to target everything into nines or 8.5, 9, 9.5, and just only focus on grades. As long as you're getting somewhere around like CGPA scores of 7, somewhere around 7, I think you're in a very good position. You're still in a good position. That is good enough. And now think about something else, which is like, as you said, the networking part. Definitely networking is extremely important nowadays. But more than anything, what I feel right now that we are lacking a couple of things. One is attention deficiency. So I see things like YouTube Shorts. I don't want to blame anybody specific, or Instagram Reels. They're making students or the job seekers, the people in general, to spend more time on, like, you laugh at something. You're like, for example, you watch a video, you watch a reel, you laugh at it, and after 5 minutes, if I ask you or if somebody asks what were you laughing about, you don't remember.
They don't remember.
So this is the attention deficiency is what is actually causing a big problem to the younger generation, as far as I think. That is why one reason, like you always, attention is like a cash, or it's very tangible. That's why you say like pay attention.
Yes.
So that's something I feel. The attention is one part. The second part is around like presenting your project, presenting your experience, or whatever you're learning. I think the presentation skills, they are still very important for the job seekers and for the students.
Got it.
So like having a focused effort just on the attention part. How can we solve it? Nothing. Keep your mobile into flight mode. Keep everything off. Just focus one problem at a time.
Got it.
And the second thing is keep talking about the project. Keep talking, explaining the projects, not just at a high level, but explain the projects to multiple people, so that when you go for interviews, you get more familiar.
Right.
You know what are the potential questions or challenges that you may be asked, and you will be able to address those.
Great inputs. Moving on, you are an AI expert, and then what is that one skill in this AI era that a student should learn?
I would not say there is a specific skill within the AI, but more about, I think AI is ever evolving and it's going to evolve very fast. So it is hard to say just learn this skill and that is good enough for you to stay there.
Okay.
So that's not how it's going to happen. It's going to happen every day you wake up, you'll realize OpenAI has released something, XAI has released something, and Gemini has released something, and people are going to go crazy about it for a few days, and then it cools down.
Yes.
But if you want to have your career in AI, I would say have a strong foundation and don't follow the trends. I don't mean to say like don't follow the trends at all. Be aware of it, but just don't go by the trends.
Understood.
Yeah. So many people I see, they're lacking a lot of foundational skills. They don't understand how the tokenization works, how the models work, what is underlying algorithms, how they work, and for everything. And another thing is like for everything I see, people are using AI heavily, and they think everything has to be done only with AI. Even before AI, again, without going too much into details, even before the AI and the models and stuff, we were doing a lot. Like last 10 years, we were heavily using the machine learning models and all, which are still usable, which are still much better, give a much better result. But people somehow they think LLMs are the way to go for it. So I think it's all like, understand, it's like they're all like bunch of weapons. So think of it like you got a small knife all the way up to AK-46 or AK-47 or AK-56.
That's a good comparison.
So you have all these weapons with you, like you got a small knife, a big knife, a sword, an axe, and all that. So you should know what to use where.
Perfect.
So that is the most important thing, to understand what something is, what is this tool built on?
Correct.
Or what is the underlying architecture? What is this best used in? What is the best use case? And then try always use the right weapon to solve the right problem.
Got it.
Or right tool to solve the right problem.
Got it.
Rather than just using everything single tool for everything, right? So I think if you understand that point, then more tools will come in. You know what problem it's going to solve, then you will just use it. I think that's all we need.
Great. So, what is that one book that you recommend?
One book I recommend. I mean, it depends from on who the audience is.
So,
Right? So if somebody is on the personal finance, I recommend everybody to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and if it is about startups, I recommend look at the Lean Startup. And if it is somebody who is already in a business or maybe startup, but who is already trying to do more, there is a book about execution.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly remember the name right now, but there is a book on execution. So I think it depends from what stage they are in and what's the purpose of it, basically.
Okay. Which news application do you use to stay updated?
Nothing very specific. So I just use Apple News, which just brings everything at one single place.
Okay.
And I just read it.
Which AI tool you use the most? ChatGPT, Gemini?
Oh, I use almost all AI tools. So depends on the use case. If it is just about checking what's happening or checking on the itinerary part of the travel, then I use Perplexity.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to do some deep research, then Gemini Pro.
Mm-hmm.
If it's more to do with the coding, then I'll use Anthropic.
Okay.
If it is about coding plus documentation, but some kind of a mixed martial arts kind of, then I use ChatGPT. If I know what I'm doing and if I don't need to do too much of browsing, but something constructive, then I use local LLM, Llama models and other models which are locally installed. So
you covered everything.
Yeah.
Great. If I give you 18 months of time and $18 billion, what would you do?
18 months? I'll create more companies. I already have, I think, 5 or 6 companies. Okay. I'll create more companies, more employment, more problem solving. So I think I'll pick up one niche area and I'll say like, okay, this is a problem. So for example, Parkinson's is something I just seriously want to focus on. My mother had Parkinson's, and some of my other friends I've seen, not my friends, but my mother's and my parents' friends who suffered with Parkinson's. So I would say like, so some of these, I'll say like, I'll create a fund. I'll say like 500 million. You are the experts. Solve this problem, and then I'll release another 500 million. So likewise, I'll pick up one problem at a time or probably one niche area and keep creating companies, and then that's how I'll get more problems solved. I think that we need more people. Either you have to create something very innovative, or you should be someone who can solve the existing problems very effectively, that they're fully solved, not a workaround.
Okay. What is your biggest dream?
I don't know. I don't have anything. So yeah, I don't have anything. So I'm happy with what I am right now. I enjoy hanging out with youngsters. I enjoy hanging out and mentoring people. As I said, I'm not a big believer of a biggest thing at all. I'm like more of like slowly, small and incremental growth is what I believe in. So for me, I'm like, I have a beautiful life. I've got 4 children. I've got my beautiful house in London. Like the moment I open a back door, I literally can, like if I put my foot forward, 20th foot will be into the Thames River. And right behind Thames River, I've got 100 acres of open land. So like have a beautiful life. I don't have anything very big as big, but for me, I think I'm more of like, I want to enjoy helping more people, like mentoring more people, and maybe not a big dream, but I have one dream or one vision, which is to create an organization, an IT company in my village, which is near Machliwat. That is something I see myself spending more time. But otherwise, so far, nothing as big dream.
You've already achieved a lot in your career, I must say.
Maybe I kind of getting settled. Because I've been running a lot, and now I kind of reached a stage like, probably I should settle and try and help more people and empower more people rather than me trying to reach great heights. But I do, by God's grace, I have a great life, happy family, well blessed. I can't complain about anything. So
Great. So we know what to set as our goal, looking at your situation at the moment, I guess. Great. Now, one last question is, what is that one advice that you give to the college grads who are passing out this year?
one advice I would say is don't wait till you finish your college, because right now the market is so bad and we're kind of in a recession, whether we say it officially or not, and it's going to continue till 2027. So first thing, if you're in college, try and get a placement within the college. If you can get a placement in college, excellent. But if you don't, or if you see yourself not, I may not get a placement, or probably we're not having placement drives in the college, then immediately speak to your college, come out, go to a company, tell them I'll work for free for next 6 months. Give me an opportunity to work as an intern in your company. Don't pay me a single penny. Don't go after money in the initial stage of your career. I see many people, they get an opportunity and that sometimes we are like, oh, why didn't you take it? They're like, oh, he's only paying me 12,000, he's only paying me 15,000 or 10,000 or 7,000, whatever it is, like, different use cases. My point here is, would you rather not do some work to gain some experience rather than sitting just idle, complaining and having a free time? So my recommendation is only two things. One, if you have placement drives in your college, take it very, 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 very seriously. Get it done. So get into one of the companies if you have a placement drives. If you don't have placement drives, you are not expecting much. Get out of your college as soon as possible. Even if possible, in 4-1 itself, get out of your college. Tell them, I'm going to pick up some internship and help, speak to them to work out on your attendance or whatever is required. But get out of the college, go to the companies, tell them, I'll work here for 6 months, I'll work diligently, I'll only go when I have my exams, and you don't have to pay me anything, but give me an opportunity. Go grab an opportunity. By the time you finish your 6 months, you are at least 10 to 15 times better off than your friend sitting in the college. So I would say this is something very useful if implemented.
Yeah, absolutely great advice, because we are seeing a lot of startups coming in, and such kind of an opportunity will also give the individual to learn more. So thank you so much for this podcast and your time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pavan.
Krishna, and I wish you all the very best. It was all very good, nice, and I had a great time with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.